What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Week 4 in the NFL. I've got my game predictions. In this one, all my money line picks. I'm excited for week 4. Hopefully, we can find those upsets. Week 3 was a little sneaky. We didn't pick the right upsets from the games, but this week, I think we got some bangers. So let's start it off with another installment of NFL Overseas. This time we're going to Dublin, Ireland, where the Vikings are taking on the Steelers. And if this game was in the states, I'd be backing the Vikings because I think they're a better team, better defense. But uh, we've got a little program with these overseas games, so I'm going to stick with it, and we're going to stick with the underdog on this one. All overseas games, we're taking the underdog. So, that being said, we're going to stick with the Steelers. Next, we've got the Washington Commanders heading to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Short and sweet, I don't trust Atlanta's defense. Washington Commanders for the win. And then we've got the Chargers heading to New York to take on the Giants. You can't trust them Giants. They're pulling Russell Wilson and they're going with Jackson Dart. So I'm going to stick with the Chargers for the win. And then we've got the Titans heading to Texas to take on the Texans. The Texans need a win bad. Both these teams, I think, are 0-3, but I feel like CJ Stroud can pull it together and get the win. So Texans for the win. And then we've got the Eagles taking on the Bucks. This is a battle of the unbeaten. Who's going to stay undefeated? I'm sticking with the Eagles. I think they can get it done. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks have been struggling, and I like what I see with the Eagles offense. So Eagles for the win. And then we've got the Panthers, who just come off a big upset win last week, taking on the Patriots. Honestly, I got to stick with the better defense on this one. So we're going to take the Patriots for the win. And then we've got the Saints heading to Buffalo to take on the Bills at home. The Bills at home is a scary matchup. So we're going to stick with the Bills for the win. Next, we've got the Browns taking on the Lions. Honestly, I don't think the Browns can do a repeat of last week and have another upset. So we're going to stick with the Lions to win this one. Next, we've got the Jags taking on the 49ers. I think this is going to be a low scoring game. Both defenses are good and both offenses struggle. But one defensive piece for the San Francisco 49ers, Joey Bosa, is out. And they're already reeling. I think the only thing that San Francisco has going for them right now is Christian McCaffrey. So we're going to take Jags to pull up the upset. Jags for the win. And a little side bet, if the total is anywhere near 40 to 42 points, I would take the under on this game. Next, we've got the Colts taking on the Rams. This is going to be one of the best games of the week. Another match of the undefeateds, the Colts and the Rams. Who's going to stay undefeated? I think it's going to be the Colts. The Colts are going to stay undefeated. Let's go. Colts for the win. And then we've got the Bears and the Raiders. My Las Vegas Raiders. Let's go. I got to be faithful, got to be true. This is a must win for the Raiders. So, Raiders for the win. Let's go, baby. Next, we've got the Ravens heading to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs at home. I gotta stick with my theme. Hope to see Kansas City continue to struggle. We're gonna take the Ravens for the win. Next, we got the Packers heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Micah Parsons revenge. Let's go. Packers for the win. And then first Monday night game is going to be the Jets taking on the Dolphins. This is the battle of the bottom. But on this one, I think I trust the Jets more than I trust the Dolphins. So let's take New York for the win. And then finally, the final Monday night matchup, Bengals versus the Broncos. Bengals are still reeling with injuries, and the Broncos are still struggling on offense. But I don't think the Bengals have a good enough defense, and I think Bo Nix will get it going this weekend after a tough loss last week to Justin Herbert. So we're going to take the Broncos for the win. Those are my picks and predictions for week 4. Thursday was a good game. We got that one. Looking to go 16-0 this week. Repeat of week 1. If you made any money, let me know down in the comments. As always, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's go!